Look who I'm with, bringing you some exclusive behind the scenes of this new Richmond mayor race. Who's in the running and what's this about to be? So if y'all don't know this candidate, then stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's Kara, your favorite career cheerleader, and I'm back with another episode of the Successful Podcast. Stay tuned because I have a mayoral candidate. This is going to be a great exclusive interview. Stick around, just listen in.
I'm not running based on a political strategy. I'm running on character, I'm running on principle. And as a man, that's all I got is my word.
Okay. What's your name?
Brandon J. Smith.
Okay, thank you, Brandon, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we are here. This is going to be an episode of the Successful Podcast.
Awesome.
Running for mayor. That's what you decided you're going to do. What made you say, yes, this is the next step for me?
I think for me, just recognizing the need for change, being a part of the problem for so long as myself, being a returning citizen, somebody who spent some time in the criminal justice system from juvenile up until being an adult. It was just about me becoming the change I wanted to see. A lot of times, the young people, we talk about the youth, we got a big youth issue right now. I got kids, I got 7 boys. At the end of the day, I want my boys to grow up, to see not what they heard about me, but the example. I feel like as a parent, the best thing you can leave your child is a good example. I wanted to create a sense of hope for my community and just for my family, just to be able to see like, hey, I'm really making an impact, because like I said, I caused so much havoc prior to me becoming the man I am today.
What are your core campaign issues?
Equality being at the top of my list, education, youth, poverty alleviation. Obviously, we want to deal with some mental health, some, police reform and things like that. And let me just say, when we talk about police reform, it's more so just better training, to be able to deal with situations, because in no way do I feel like we don't need law enforcement. Law enforcement is definitely really important for the public safety of everybody. However, I do feel like we could do a lot better on our training, when you're dealing with people with mental health issues and things like that. Everything don't mean we need to go to jail. Some people just need a different type of help, and jails and institutions ain't always the place to get that help.
What political party do you see yourself with?
So what I am independent as mayor. As running for mayor, we have to run independent. However, I always say, I don't vote for people who look like me. I vote for people who think like me. And so whether you're Democratic or you're Republican, I believe that sometimes Democrats have good ideas, sometimes the Republicans have good ideas. I just think it's about whoever has the city's best interests at heart and plan on, following through with doing the things they say they want to do.
But what do you have to say to the naysayers who might tell you, like, I don't know if this is going to work? Who are you? You are just a quote unquote regular person. Like, what really do you believe set you apart, and why should people vote for you?
That's a good question. At the end of the day, I'm not a politician. That's the first thing I will say. I believe that as mayor, it should be 90% people, 10% politics, because how can I represent the people that I have no connection with? At the end of the day, to know me is to know me. I've always been a man of character. I believe that if you take care of your character, your reputation, and take care of self, when it comes to changing the narrative of how we view the people in office, I'm here to say that I can't do it alone. What sets me apart is I understand that I can't do it alone, and I'm not about to get up here and tell lies and say, hey, if you vote for me, I'm gonna do this. I'm not. I can't change policy by myself. I can't fix the youth problem by myself. I can't change the educational situation by myself. But if we come together, we can create a better Richmond, now, because it's homeless people now. It's educational problem now. It's youth problems now. Honestly, we shouldn't have to wait until November to make changes when these issues are going on now. And so I'm not saying like, hey, wait for me to become mayor and I'm going to help. No, I'm saying if you guys want to help, we can start now. And I'm available. I'm here. I'm outside, as they say, and I'm hands-on. That's one thing that I will say is different from a lot of the civil rights leaders from in the past. The difference in them now and then were that they were hands-on. They didn't just talk about it. They were, hey, let's go march. They were in the front marching too. I'm outside with y'all. I'm fighting the same battle that y'all fighting. I'm on the front line. if something's going on in the city, I'm going to be present,
Mm-hmm.
on a regular basis, not just when it suits my interests.
Okay, well, outside of your mayor pursuits, what other community activities are you involved in?
I'm currently working on creating a program that hires people coming out of prison. Obviously, as a person
Okay.
who struggled with finding employment, when I came home, I've always been a person that says, okay, if I'm going through this, I can only imagine what the people that's coming behind me are going to go through. Through Race to a Million and people, what I want to do is create jobs so that the first 90 days of any person coming out of prison or any disadvantaged population in general. That means you don't have to be in jail to get help, even if you're homeless and you're trying to get yourself together. I'll give anybody a job for the first 90 days. After that 90-day period, obviously we'll transition you into other services as needed. But I'm going to create the working space. I'm going to also tap into some transitional housing because people need housing, while they're trying to get themselves together, as well as working with probation and parole to see if we can get some of these people that are coming out that need help or need a little bit of assistance, the help and assistance they need. Anything I do for the most part is just so I can help somebody else not go through the same things I had to go through when I came. I'm also working with a couple of guys to create a 10 for 10 tutor project, where like the kids can tutor each other. I feel like each one teach one, like if you're in the 12th grade, you should, help the 11th grader. If you're 11th grader, help the 10th grader. So that's how the growth continues. That's how the families grow. That's how the brain works. So yeah.
You mentioned Race to a Million. What's that campaign about, or what does that mean?
Race to a Million. So Race to a Million, that's like my legacy.
Okay.
Raise a million. I want to raise $1 million. I've said this forever. Again, like I said, to know me is to know me. I want to raise $1 million and I want to pour it back into the community. And so I believe in self-sustainable communities, meaning that you get in what you put out. Imagine a Richmond where all the money that went into Richmond stayed into Richmond, or imagine a Currytown or a downtown or a Churchill. If you know anything about economic opportunity as far as the financial go, you know how many times money goes through certain demographics' hands, which allows for them to have a little bit more financial reach. What I want to do is even the playing field. I'm a firm believer that if our money recycled back into our community, we wouldn't have as much poverty. We wouldn't have as much educational disparities. We wouldn't have as much homelessness and things that we struggle with on a day-to-day basis, because if we're pouring back into each other, then we create that platform or that thriving community where we can grow. As a whole. If we want to race, we definitely want to make sure the race is fair. And so, with Race to a Million, what it does is it allows for us to come together, raise this money, even if it's $1 at a time. And once we do that, what I'll be doing is donating 75% of the proceeds back into the community, whether that's businesses, educational programs, and different things like that. Because if you know anything about business, the businesses are taxed. Not the actual, money that you're pouring out. So when the money comes back, and that'll be money that we can pour into the community that's tax free. If they short on education for a school board for whatever reason happens to the money that they supposed to allocate, then we can pick up the slack. If it's a student that's struggling in school to pay their tuition, okay, let's pick up the slack. So different things like that.
This is one of the last questions I'm going to ask. When it comes to Richmond and building the city that you want to run and that you want to stand behind, how important is it for you to also collaborate with the Tri-Cities around? So we got Hopewell, Petersburg, even local Henrico counties. How important is it for you to collaborate with the additional counties?
It's definitely important for me to collaborate with as many people as possible. Like I say, I'm definitely running on with a together we can mindset. At the end of the day, it's going, like I said, take a village to raise a child. It's definitely going to take a village to build our city. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it definitely wasn't built by one man. And so, if we can put aside our differences, if we can look beyond, what we see or where a person comes from, and create that common unity within each other, so that we can get the job done. Because at the end of the day, everybody deserves to be successful. Everybody deserves their basic needs. And I feel like if we collaborate with people and we're willing to work with different places, whether it's counties, whether it's states, whatever the case may be, anybody who's willing to create those spaces that we need to get the job done, I'm willing to work with them.
So for those listening, if they are ready, they're like, you know what, I think this is my guy. I think I'm going to support him. What kind of support do you need? How can we rally behind you to ensure that you get this office seat?
Definitely signatures, obviously. Come out and support. you can follow me, Race to a Million _. You can log into my GoFundMe. I'm definitely trying to raise money for campaign funds and stuff like that to create that space that I need so that we can start making a difference now. Like I said, just tap into the social medias. If you see me outside, definitely speak, comp, whatever the case may be. Right now, I'm in a phase where I'm trying to get the signatures I need so that I can officially be one of the last few people standing when it comes to November. We just got to work together. That's the biggest thing I can say. Work together. You know what you want as a community member. You know what you need. And if I sound like the type of person that you would like representing me, definitely follow me, reach out to me, and we can definitely sit down. Any ideas or anything you have, we definitely can sit down. I'm open to talk and collaborate with anybody because, like I said, it's a team effort, and I can't do it by myself.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. Any final words, or do you want to tell anybody else where they can follow you online if you haven't said it already?
Nope. I think I said everything. Again, you can follow me at Race to a Million _ on Instagram. My email is Brandon J. Smith for Mayor. My website is brandonjsmithformayor.com. So just follow me, check me out. Any questions you want to donate, definitely my links and stuff are in there. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out. I'm available.
Okay, thank you. This is our bonus round of just, fast thinking on your feet, off the top of your head. Brandon, tell us, what are your favorites? Are you ready?
Yes, let's get it.
Okay, what is your favorite Bible verse?
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Okay, look at the Lord. Hallelujah. Yeah. What is your favorite candy?
I make candy, so my candy is my favorite candy. It's made of Starburst, now latest, and Jolly Ranchers. I love it.
Okay. What is your favorite cookie?
Peanut butter. You can go around peanut butter cookies.
Hey, okay. What is your favorite chip?
Hot Cheetos.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite dinner?
I like breakfast. I can eat breakfast for dinner all the time.
Well, that was the next question. What's your favorite breakfast?
Cereal, Fruity Pebbles, Golden Grams. But I eat pancakes and bacon and eggs and
stuff. Okay. Shout out to cereal. Listen, I know you have kids. Do you have a favorite kid?
No, I love all my children the same. I love my kids to death. All of them, they're the reason that I get up every day. And let me say this too for all the fathers out there. The same way it don't come with a pamphlet of being a mom, it don't come with a pamphlet of being a dad. A lot of us grew up without a father, and so for whatever reason, we try the best to either be the best father we can be, or sometimes we don't do so good. But if my kids watching, like, I love y'all, and everything I do in spite of my shortcomings as a man, like, I love y'all, and everything that I do, man, I do for y'all. So
I love that. Favorite movie?
Boomerang.
Okay. What's your favorite music genre? I'll say.
Anything Zay.
Okay.
He's an R&B. He's one of my artists. R&B. R&B. So like, it's just he's great. He's a great artist. So
got his own genre.
Yeah. If we talked about people that were out, I like Lucky Day. I like the whole Lucky Day vibe.
Okay. I think to close it out, since you're running for mayor, what's your favorite shoe?
My favorite shoe? So I've kind of gotten to this whole dressing up thing. I like anything that's comfortable, anything that's nice. I'd rather put on a pair of wingtips, Stacey Adams, something. I'm a visual person. I like the way it feels. I like the way I feel when I'm dressed up. Can I shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out to my favorite person in the world. You know who you are. So shout out to you. And I like to thank everybody that took the time to look at, what I had to say and to just listen to me. What I will say is, at the end of the day, we have a responsibility, not just to ourselves, but to everybody that come behind us. We have a responsibility to our kids, because no matter what mistakes we made as adults, they didn't ask to come here. And so we got to lead and guide by example. If I could give the city anything, it's hope, and it's a good example. So I'm representing for all the kids who daddies is not here, for all the kids who moms is not here, whatever reason, whether it's from death or whether it's from incarceration or whether it's from sickness. I love y'all, and I'm here for everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Y'all stay tuned. I'm sure I'll be bringing you another successful episode soon.